realm has emerged, detailing not 1, not 5, but 9 new creations that have been born for audiences to enjoy. Creations that'll bring to life the adventures that'll transpire. That's right. Welcome to Yennie's Realm Collection, a realm consisting of 9, or possibly more, universes. The Bonnieverse, the Holidayverse, the Pokeverse, the Taloverse, Wildverse, the Underverse, the Diamondverse, the Comedyverse, and the Yennieverse that are all interconnected with each other, with each focusing on the character Yennie, and a story that, while contrasting with each other in terms of themes, are nonetheless intertwined in a way. Quite interesting to say the least here. It's the multiverse after all, am I right? Of course, with these being different universes, the character of Yennie has been portrayed quite differently within them. Some you might not even recognize. Character, different personality. Want to learn more about them? Well, allow them to introduce themselves one by one, so you'll all understand who they are exactly. Let's get right to it.
Insecurity, a feeling of inadequacy and uncertainty about yourself and your capabilities. A process in which fear would take control of the situation. Despite training all my life for this moment, all this anxiety would overcome me no matter what, erasing all traces of my confidence from existence. I'm sure it'll be unreliable in the situation that I must face. Legend says that to move forward, you must leave something behind, no matter what the cost is. Do I believe it? Maybe. Is it a trick to lure me into the sense of discomfort? Probably. Being told to stand up is one thing, but backing down is another. However, in the end, a lesson has to be learned. You have to face your fears. Face whatever it is that's bothering you and stand up to it. Let the anxiousness dissolve and bring out the carefreeness on top. Now it's the time to do what I fear most. Take the leadership role on a journey. A quest to follow what it takes to be yourself. Will I be alone in this? No. But in some cases I will be. All I can say now is that whatever happens, I'll stand my ground the best I can, and put my swordsmanship to the test. I'm ready.
Rage. A sudden, out-of-control burst of anger. An emotion so powerful that you are blinded from view when out of control. I never knew the true meaning of rage. Well, not until what happened a while ago. Ever since that little magic incident, I could just feel a sense of darkness harnessing within my very soul, waiting for the ideal opportunity to overcome me and take over a situation that I can't control. I can sense it. I try my best to hold it in, knowing the more powerful we become, the less control I have over it before it's too late. It knows me. It feels me. I know for a single fact that it wants me to be freed. And by free, I mean free. Luckily, I have a ton of friends by my side who know what to do in this situation, and would do their very best to stop the darkness from prevailing over me. Can I tame this beast? No. Can I stop this beast? Not at all. It'll forever be a part of me. I just learned to ignore the tension and continue on with my life, learning with my magic wand, becoming strong on my own. I will fight to retain control. Don't worry about me. As they say, when life gives you lemons, use them to fight back. I will protect.
Quest. A long or arduous search for something. Yeah, I'm searching for something, all right. Something much more than a single item. That's right. My quest here is to become a Pokemon Master. Or at least, a decent Pokemon Master, I guess. Have you ever heard of the term, I want to be the very best like no one ever was? Never heard of it till now. You see, I never had any interest in going on an adventure across the land, searching far and wide for any type or kind of Pokemon, or becoming a trainer in general. I just wanted to live my life to the fullest by relaxing by the beach or something. Maybe a little trip around the world just to chill. But something recently happened and, well, next thing I knew, I've been told that if you want to succeed in life, then you just gotta be the very best. And next thing I knew, boom, being dropped into a world you'll never be able to escape from. So yeah, that's where I am. Getting dragged into something that I never had an interest in doing, but it's fine. Though I'm of course not doing this alone. Nope, not at all. Why? Well, you see, I have some friends by my side who will help me through this tedious quest and help me learn the successes and probably downfalls of becoming a Pokemon Master. I'm very grateful for them, and I'm sure they share the same feeling. Well, I'm ready now. Whatever happens, I'll be there to face it. Let's-a go!
Time. A continued sequence of existence and events that occurs in an apparently irreversible succession from the past, through the present, and into the future. Being gifted with this ability may be a sin, yet so desirable among all other things. Stopping, forwarding, reversing, jumping, so many possibilities, so little time. Don't you agree? I try to make it work, and triumph as a result. As they say, time is indeed true of the essence. Being blinded by power is one thing, but being corrupted is just as understandable as being grounded from reality. No difference whatsoever. Did I deserve this gift? If you thought right, then you have made an ill-starred mistake. The clock is ticking, and the stream is feared. With nothing else to get in my way of overclocking the throne, those who define me will know the exact truth of my dominance of this piteous world. No one to stand up but the grueling fate of death, sizzling upon the cold mine of your inner soul. The decision is mine, of course. I choose who will rise or fall. No matter whose side is right, they will all know. Disobedient children will be punished. Forever.
Style. A manner of doing something, or something you say to describe a distinctive appearance. Yeah, that's what everybody says about me. Every moment I go out, I hear at least a few people refer to me as stylish or something. Hey, I get it. I mean, I wear a hat and a belt. I even carry around a pistol with me, which was given to me by my creator a long time ago. It means a lot to me, and one day, I hope to know the truth of what happened to them. Anyways, the only reason I do what I do is because it seems that no matter what day it is, we always get these weird creatures invading our little town. Why? Perhaps it's the food or drinks we sell. Maybe it's the beautiful scenery. I don't know. But whatever they are, they always seem to be attracted to me. So I have to do my very best to lead them out. Is it some kind of attitude that I give off, or the attire that I wear? So many questions and so few answers. But you know what? It's fine. Maybe we'll find out soon. Perhaps one day I'll even follow them to wherever they came from and find out why they're doing this and if there's something I can do to prevent them from coming back. Anyway, back to what I was talking about. At this point in time, I'm pretty used to how everybody is treating me. I mean, I'm doing them a favor after all, keeping threats out of town, doing tricks in the air, cheering up whoever's down. I mean, now that's going out in style. Whatever happens, I'm there. I mean, let's face it, this is my home. It's my duty to protect it. If it means wrapping myself up in different types of shenanigans, then that's not a problem for me. I will keep everybody safe. That's a promise. With my pistol in hand, there's no stopping me. Stay alert and fly high.
Mentor. An experienced and trusted advisor that you look up to for advice. Or in some way, to train. Yeah. Before you all ask, no. I'm not referring to me as a mentor. Nope. I'm nowhere even close to that. Rather, I'm the mentee. You see, it's kind of blurry to me, but a long time ago, I was being worked on by a friend after a little accident happened to me that caused a few of my parts to become loose when suddenly, a massive earthquake appeared below us and sucked us in. To this day, I have no idea what caused that earthquake, but it's a memory that'll always be vivid in my head. So, when I awoke from being apparently shut off, my friend whom I knew was nowhere in sight. The only thing that was well left to him was his diary, which I still keep to this day. Anyways, not long afterward, after stumbling around and almost being attacked by a group of these little bandits, I was found and rescued by these two brothers who, after taking me in and seeing the potential I had within myself, began training me to fight and fend for myself, while also gifting me this hammer that, when used properly, can perform elemental powers. And ever since then, I've been training non-stop. Every single day. I would go out with one of the brothers and begin practicing moves that they've taught me and see my progress. Sometimes I'll succeed, but other times, I fail. I don't let that stop me, however. I always learn from my mistakes. It's honestly crazy to see where I'm at now, as it has been 5 years since this occurred. What am I gonna do now? Well, I'm still training as I haven't mastered all the elements from my hammer yet. But after that, I'm gonna take a little journey. A journey that'll hopefully show me what happened to my friend and why he left behind his diary. My friend, if you're ever out there and listening to this, I just want to let you know that I will find out what happened to us on that fateful day and where you've gone. I promise.
The multiverse. What is it? Apparently, it's the hypothetical set of all universes. And together, these universes are presumed to comprise everything that exists. The entirety of space, time, matter, energy, information, and the physical laws and constants that describe them. Is that really it though? Well, maybe. but the idea does make it question it further. Perhaps that's just me, though. Then again, traveling through these universes is my job. Nobody qualified besides those who really deserve it. I mean, I was that nobody at one point. Do I take this job seriously? Nope. But is it challenging? Probably. Well, that is, if you're not fused with every power in existence within yourself. Yeah, you heard me right. Every single power. Even abilities that were thought impossible. It's ridiculous, yet amusing. Don't believe me? Ask the gods that gave me this job and you'll find out. Well, anyway, I'll get my multiversal answer another day. It's time for me to continue on my quest to watch over the multiverse. And when there's a threat in sight, don't you fret even a single bit. It'll be fine. I'm all set to travel. Bring it on!
Humor. The quality of being amusing or comic, especially as expressed in literature or speech. It tends to provoke laughter and provide amusement comically. Yep, that's me. Don't wear it out. Whenever there's someone down, I'll always be there to make them smile and laugh. With my magic satchel technique, I can pull out anything, whatever or whenever I want it. You see, joy in making people smile is what I do. And wait, what's going on? Am I doing a monologue right now? No, this can't be right. Can it? Huh. This is rather peculiar, yet so enthralling. Am I in some kind of video or something? Something's wrong. This isn't like anything I've seen before. Could it be that we're just fictional characters in a fictional universe created by a person with a YouTube channel? Is it uncanny that I seem to be one of the few beings in the multiverse to see past the fourth wall? Is it? No. Stop. The more you think about it, the worse you realize it. Hey, you. Yes, you. Watching this video. You could hear me, right? Alright. Listen to me very carefully. This is something much more. Trust me. This isn't a game or a prank or anything of the sort. I can sense an evil presence arising from every corner. I don't know what's going on or why I'm able to speak with you, but I must find out. If it means going over to the other side, then fine. I will discover the truth once and for all. No matter what.
Power and a destiny. Two things that always end up together when you're the hero of the story. A goal in which you have to prove yourself worthy of something that you were told later in life. Or a choice that you were unable to make, but rather it was chosen for you. It's unbelievable. Or somewhat laughable. Well, that's essentially what'll happen when you're the chosen one. Or I guess the chosen six, if that makes any sense. My friends and I were chosen to be given these devices, which had to be infused within us in order to be activated. By wielding them, we can alter our appearance to match what we most desire, or something we fear most. Yeah, it's a pretty strange rock. Being gifted the gem of embodiment wasn't a big deal at first, until realizing that mine was the only one that didn't work. Well, at first. I've gotta hand it to Twilight Sparkle and Starlight Glimmer, though. If it wasn't for them, my device would have never worked at all. I can only guess that that was the entirety of my original goal. The one of becoming worthy. Quite riveting. Well, now I have a new goal. Protecting this entire universe from harm. Look out, wrongdoers. Here I come.
Well, my friends, there you have it. All of the Yennies that'll be appearing in new stories and adventures near you. Hopefully, all of that information was enough to digest, as it would take a while if they all explain their entire story from start to finish. That'll be saved for when their adventure does start. Now then, I guess that's it. Definitely not forgetting anybody here, that's for sure. Of course, there are an infinite amount of Yennies across the multiverse, but these are the important ones worth discussing and learning more about. Anyway, glad you all were able to participate in learning about these characters, and we hope to see you all next time for
Negativity. The expression of criticism or of pessimism about something. Yeah, well, that is one way to look at it. I like to look at that term from another perspective. You may be asking yourself, who am I? Why do I resemble that blue bunny named Yennie in a way? Well, I'm not a clone. I'm not an alternate version of him from another dimension. No, nothing like that. Just consider me as an evil reflection, if you will. You see, I was once nothing. Nothing but the feelings made up by Yennie's bad actions and thoughts. I was that part of him that expressed the downsides of his life, knowing that nothing can really make him truly happy. Like hiding behind a mask to shelter him from who he really is. Of course, I couldn't speak to him as I was, well, nothing. All those feelings were his own. That was until the day he put on that reactor of his and... oh boy, what a mistake that was. Not only did that artifact enhance his powers, but it also unlocked something in him. Something he wasn't quite expecting. Something that really changed his life into a world of torture. Yep, that's me. That artifact, it gave me life. And I was able to use that opportunity to make Yennie suffer. But, you know, as time went on, we always start to crave things. And I wanted a body of my own. Torturing Yennie is fine and all, but I needed something more. I wanted to be more, rather than just a subconscious who just so happens to be sentient. That was when I chose to manipulate that centaur and his accomplices into absorbing Yennie into that bewitching bell of his. And that contained me and placed me into a body of my own. A replica of Yennie's, of course, but, you know, I took that chance to betray those fools and go after Yennie myself. But after my encounter with him on that fateful night, my appearance was altered in a way that I'm more proud of now than before. It was now easier to distinguish me from Yennie. Don't you see? I'm literally the embodiment of his negative emotions. I know how he feels and acts from a mile away. I know deep down who he really is. I share mostly everything with him, like his memories, skills, attributes. I'm practically him, but, you know, twisted all the way around. No one can stop the inevitable. No one can kill me. I'm practically immortal now. I'll just keep coming back. Over and over. And I would do nothing but to watch Yennie suffer for all of eternity.
apparition, a ghost or ghost-like image of an individual, the appearance of something remarkable or unexpected, or typically an image of this type. Yeah, remarkable, as they say. But it's no excuse, as that's what I'm referring to myself as now. No one knows who I am. No one remembers who I am. All that's remembered of me is a dark vision of what I used to be. I was feared. I was praised. I had all that I wanted in life. A king of chaos, if you wish. Even after I passed, I wanted my legacy to live on, so that my reign of terror could continue. I wanted to remain a spiritual guide to my successors. But of course, that never came to fruition. They betrayed me. They locked my soul in a bottled case and left me to watch as all my hard work went to waste, and happiness and sunshine came through. All these millennia later, I remained trapped. Nothing but to watch helplessly as everybody celebrated their magic of friendship, while I witnessed in despair. It wasn't until that day when this hairless monkey came about and accidentally knocked over my bottled prison. It smashed to the floor, and before long, I was freed. After all this time of torture, it was like destiny was ready to give me a second chance. Even if I was just a spirit. I tried finding this creature that freed me, but it was like they just simply vanished. I know I'm a spirit and all, but that was pretty suspicious, even by my standards. With no luck in finding them, I chose to forget about it and roam around, seeing what I missed out on all these centuries later, and found something odd. Or, well, some creature. This blue bunny with this interesting power. Throughout all my time, whether dead or alive, I have never seen a creature like him before in all my ages. I was fascinated by his incredible power, intrigued in a way, without knowing that this new desire of mine would become my ultimate downfall. I'm a spirit, right? Which means that I'm capable of possession. When the time hit and he was distracted, I made my move. I don't even remember what happened next, but all I knew was that all I received was electric feedback, and flew back 10 yards. And keep in mind that I'm a spirit. That shouldn't happen. Or at least from what I'm aware of. When I came to, I realized something horrifying. My ghostly appearance was no longer what it was before. Instead, it was that of the blue bunny himself. I was stunned, not knowing what just happened, but all I felt there was disgust and anger. From that day on, I wanted revenge, and still am. I've been following him ever since, trying to get what's coming for him, while also desperately trying to return back to what I looked like before. But what I really need now is a vessel. That blue bunny won't do anymore, so I need someone else. And from what I've seen from that purple unicorn and her capabilities, I think I know who my next target would be. Beware yourself.
Predecessor. One that precedes a creation or person to carry on its legacy. It is a term that I heavily despise, as I do not consider it true in the slightest. Ever heard of the phrase, out with the old, in with the new? If you do, then you must know what I'm going through. It's so upsetting to learn that you were once brought into the world to do something great, but ended up being a burden to a creation that surpasses you in every way. You see, I wasn't always bent on having a grudge against something. I once had a life that was so much happier. A life that if I were to go back in time to reminisce, then I definitely would. Everything was as it should be. Until he came along. My creator first built me as a way for him to showcase his latest design in a job interview he had at the time. The people there were quite impressed. I was built with everything technological, from facial recognition to power storage, even being able to power an entire building for goodness sake. But most importantly, my artificial intelligence. I was one of the first to show off that I was sentient and could be of good use to the company. And so, they gave my creator the job and we had a really fun time. I was praised for what I could do and respected them for that. But one day, my creator noticed that I was slowly starting to wear out. My robotic limbs would fall off repeatedly, and my suit would get tattered every time. At first, I thought it was normal and not a big deal, as my creator would just repair me every time. However, as time went on and my condition worsened, he told me I'd have to be in storage for the time being, as the company was complaining about how my deterioration was affecting them quite hard and that he needed to do something ASAP. So, my creator had no choice but to place me in his workshop until he could work something out. I told him that it was fine and sat around. Time and time went on, and I never heard back from him. It was weird. Like, it was as if he abandoned me here or something. It was only a few years and still nothing. So, with me being still activated and all, I decided to secretly sneak out and see if my creator finally found something that could prevent me from coming apart when I saw him. Out in the open, I saw my creator communicating with a machine that looked eerily identical to me, but with a few modifications. He had more of a modern look and more accessories on him. I even witnessed him showcasing an ability that even I couldn't do. I was stunned by this. He replaced me. He actually replaced me. I was deeply heartbroken by this. All this time, and he had never even bothered to tell me. I mean, I knew he probably couldn't fix me, but he could have at least had the dignity to at least let me know about making another version. It was at that point that I knew that retribution had to be served. And if he was going to replace me like that, then so be it. So, I did something that I'd say looking back was a bit much, but it needed to be done. I set aside some dynamite around my creator's home, and once he and my replacement were inside, I activated it. I wasn't just going to sit around and see all this happiness being taken away from me. And just like that, I saw them plummeting into the abyss. Of course, since I was near the home, I also got pulled in. Yeah, not my best work. So yeah, now I'm stuck in some weird place with my successor and have been planning a way out ever since. Not sure where my creator went, as he suddenly disappeared like that. But I honestly don't care about him anymore. What I do care about is watching my replacement getting attacked by all these monsters here.
Do I consider myself a monster for getting us here in the first place? Perhaps. But as I said before, justice needed to be done. I want him to pay for what he put me through. He will suffer before my wrath. Endlessly.
Even in fiction, there's always going to be some kind of doppelganger in your path. These characters will appear again one day. Just you wait until the moment strikes.
It wasn't always this way. I never wanted this to be my main goal. But they left me no choice. It was all their fault that I was like this. Deep inside, though, I feel regret for how things turned out. I won't stop till this is all over. I wouldn't care less if anybody died. I just want them to understand.